The state of the housing in the area, it's like a Dickensian novel. You've got families of 5, 6 or even more in one-bedroom properties.
I've written to the council about children being bitten in the night by rats.
I've had children reaching in bins for food, going through others' packed lunches.
One child in year 1 this year had to have all of her teeth removed because they were all rotten.
Stories from the schoolyard, fast becoming the front line of the fight against poverty, say teachers. Their words spoken by actors, we've conducted one-to-one interviews with 80 teachers, and with the help of the National Association of Head Teachers, surveyed 400 heads. And the picture they paint is bleak.
I'm having to get involved in the more social aspect of the role, so supporting parents through financial crises, through housing situations. I mean, even 10 years ago, I can't remember having to give out food to our local children.
I am genuinely appalled at the conditions that children and families are living in some cases. It's really, you know, it's hard to believe that we're in the 21st century and people in a wealthy country are living in those conditions.
In our survey, teachers told us they're seeing increasing numbers of children in need. 86% are providing children with more help for essentials than 5 years ago. 49% of teachers paying for them out of their own pocket. 3/4 of schools are now providing children with free food outside of school lunches, and 85% are giving out school uniform.
I can't open it.
At Colcott Primary in Wales, the children help run a clothes bank, recycling clothes to help others, a lesson as much about empathy as the environment.
This is very good because it can help a lot of people who need coats to stay warm in the winter.
Having shoes in the clothes bank is really important because some people don't have shoes like these. Like some people don't have school shoes. Say if somebody's mum doesn't have enough money or something to go out and buy somebody else's polo shirt, then they can just come here and we have basically all the clothes you can think about really to come, and they're free for everyone to take. I know what I'm wearing, I feel good about myself, and that's what I want other people to feel.
I've seen a coat being passed around 3 siblings. One day the older brother will have it, next day the sister, next day the younger brother. One coat between the 3 of them.
I had a child a few years ago whose shoes were too small, and I told the parents, and they cut the front of the shoes off.
I see boys not walking correctly because their trousers are too tight. It's the same with their jumpers. I see them like stretching down the sleeves because they're conscious of how it looks, but it doesn't make any difference. They're just too small.
The teachers say the emotional pressure is almost as great a worry as the physical deprivation.
You see children sometimes and they just look so sad. We never used to see that as much as we do now, and I'm thinking, why are these children looking so sad at 10 years old? And that's because for some of them, it feels like they've got the world on their shoulders.
Teachers say one of the first signs there are money problems at home is children turning up to school dirty. 23% of schools now have clothes washing facilities, and almost a third are providing personal hygiene items. Lizzy Hall runs the Hygiene Bank, a charity providing toiletries for people who can't afford them. She says there's a growing demand from primary schools for the most basic of items.
Shampoo, body wash, soap, and then we put in things for the parents themselves. So we'll add in deodorants, shaving products, sanitary products for the mum. Basically anything that we can do to alleviate not only the hygiene poverty around the pupil, but their family as well.
Shower gel. Is it? No, it's body wash. Yeah, it's body wash. Moisturiser, honey and almond milk.
Every fortnight, Ashford Oaks Primary School in Kent receives the delivery. Pupils help sort out the essentials for families in need.
You need to be able to
think it doesn't matter if I'm not clean. People are gonna like me because not because I'm stinky, not because my teeth aren't necessarily clean, but because
the way you are.
Yeah, because the way you are.
If you don't wash, people might notice that and maybe walk away or not talk to you.
We'll just leave you out of the group because you smell different to them and they all smell better than you.
One problem caused particular concern among teachers. Almost every one of the 80 teachers we interviewed expressed shock at the state of children's teeth, with families unable to afford toothbrushes and toothpaste. 19% of schools told us they're now providing teeth cleaning facilities.
When I looked in her mouth, she had these brown and black spikes. They weren't even tooth shaped anymore.
We have 2-year-olds coming to the nursery school with missing teeth because they're rotten.
I've got a girl in my class and she's 7 and nearly all of her teeth are black.
In Cardiff at Moorland Primary School, teachers run a daily toothbrushing club for all the pupils, so no one is singled out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Open wide. Off we go, in and out with your toothbrushes. Well done. Lovely toothbrushing, well done. Okay, teeth together. Let's see those smiles. That's it. I want to see sparkles and shines and moonbeams.
It's one of those things that people hear about and say, oh, well, that's ridiculous. Children shouldn't be coming to school to learn to brush their teeth. That's something parents should be doing. But I think, it's quite alarming to find out the number of children who don't actually have their own toothbrush at home.
Open wide, and we're on this side at the top. Off you go.
When you brush your teeth, you get clean. And because if you don't brush your teeth, you would get cavities. And all of your teeth will fall out. All of them.
Teachers told us declining incomes for many of the families in their schools and cuts to services have proved a disastrous combination, leaving them to pick up the pieces. 81% of heads say they're stepping in where social services used to be. Half say they're now running longer days to offer extra support in schools. But 85% say that level of support is unsustainable.
School's a real lifeline, and without school, their experiences are so limited.
This cycle of poverty is just going to continue if we don't, sort of get children and young people in a place where they can, live their lives in a happy and fulfilling way. Then education is almost secondary to that.
Giving children the tools to navigate through life has always been the role of schools. But teachers say when those tools include the most basic of things, from toothbrushes to free food and clothes, then something is wrong. The question for class today then, how to fix it.